Hey there, so today I'm going to be showing you how we made Daddy's Father's Day gift last year, which was a wooden American flag that we personalized with all of his names, and we wanted to show you exactly how we did that. Here, Aaron is using the Bernzomatic Torch with the Bernzomatic propane tank. It's pretty easy to use, and we were pretty happy with the results that it provided. For the wood, I used 7 8-foot strips of 1x2s, and I had some extra scraps that I would use for the backing as the frame, and you'll see that later, but then you have an extra piece of wood in case you do mess up. Now that I have the wood cut down and charred, I've got a section off in the top left corner for the blue to be painted on, and now I'm going to start to paint. I'm using the shade Showstopper from Valspar in a semi-gloss interior paint for the red stripes. Now I'm just going around the edge with the paint just to make it look like a cleaner edge whenever the entire board is put together, and it just makes it look a lot cleaner. When I was figuring out how to even make this flag, I realized that some people were using a tinted color stain instead of paint, and I couldn't find any in my area, but I think that they just used it so that way the charring would show through a whole lot better than paint would, but I feel like the paint did just as good to show all of that, and it didn't take away from the whole flag. I can't remember the shade of blue that I used for the Union, but I do remember that whenever I was shopping for a shade, there was one called Dress Blues at Sherwin Williams that I think would have worked really well, and plus the name of the shade is pretty fitting too. Now that all of the boards are dry and assembled exactly where I want them to be, I'm going to personalize a flag with all of the words that we wanted to put on there to symbolize Daddy. So I used some printer paper, and underneath the printer paper I've got carbon paper, and I'm going to use my regular just pen or anything that's got a sharp point and trace over the font that was on the printer paper, and then that will leave an impression of the carbon paper underneath, so that way I can use that as a template to burn the wood. This is a good opportunity just to talk about Daddy, because why not? He has been everything that we have needed anytime that we needed it. He's been a provider, a disciplinarian, a friend, all of the above, and he has never let us down once. He's always been a really good husband to our mama, and all of the names that are on this flag that symbolize him and who he is and his titles that he has gone above and beyond to be the best at every single one that's on here. So this flag is just a reminder of him and how good he has done at just being who he is, and we are just thankful for him every single day. Now that I have gotten the impressions made from the carbon paper of the words that I actually wanted to personalize it with, I am going to start to burn it into the wood. Now, I'm using a wood burner that I borrowed from my mom. I have no idea of any information from this. I think it's a very cheap version of something that you could just buy from like Hobby Lobby or something, but it just basically got the job done. Now that all of the boards are burnt into place, I'm going to assemble all of the boards and connect them. I went ahead and I used some wood glue in between each board, and then I used some of the excess wood from whenever I cut down the boards earlier to 36-inch pieces and use those as an additional frame on the back. My mom, my sister, and myself all decided that we wanted to use this lineman design, and we wanted to use that as an engraving. So what you're seeing here is I've got the lineman stencil that I'm going to outline, and then I will engrave that with my Dremel. And then once I'm done with that, I will go over that stencil with the union and trace out all of the excess stars around the design and engrave those as well. Also, if you'll notice the little teddy bear at the top of the screen, Everett brought that to me and I just couldn't put it away anywhere else, so I just let it hang out on the table with me. I didn't get any more footage than that, but this is the final product. So after I got done with the stars, then I went ahead and covered it with a couple of coats of crystal clear enamel from Rustoleum, the spray can, and it just gave it that nice glossy finished look. And that's just how we presented it to Daddy on Father's Day.
Okay, do this.
Now, you can turn around.